I do.
Shane's always the leader in the clubhouse.
Well, I just said I was going to give you a break.
Well, he's got that Baptist preacher voice anyway, so.
She really says, we need some other people.
I mean, y'all should be jumping to do this.
Okay, let me get myself together here.
I'll ask somebody else since you're reading
Do
that
you have a
proclamation.
gavel?
Okay.
Do you have a gavel?
Yeah.
And I'll gavel us in here.
I didn't complain.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being with us at the May meeting of the Anderson County Board of Commissioners. We will start tonight's festivities with a public hearing to consider Resolution 2511-1242 to amend the Anderson County Regional Zoning Resolution regulating development within the jurisdiction of Anderson County, Tennessee to minimize danger to life and property due to flooding and to maintain eligibility for participation in the National Flood Insurance Program. Do I have anyone here who would like to speak for or against that? Or anyone who has any information on it other than what was in our packet? Going once, going twice. Okay, we will move on then. The next, we have a presentation to the by Dr. Smallridge. You can do it. for the 2026 Oak Ridge High School Scholarship.
I don't see the young man from Oak Ridge High School who's receiving the scholarship. I don't see him out there, so I'll just share a little bit of information. His name is Jesse Isbell, and just by way of a little background information, this program was established and began contributing personal funds to a scholarship. The commission contributed personal funds to a scholarship program in 1996. That's when it got started. The program is set up to provide a scholarship annually to a student at each of the 3 high schools in Anderson County. And as I mentioned, this particular scholarship is from Oak Ridge High School. On behalf of the Anderson County Board of Commissioners, I'd like to present a $500 scholarship certificate to Jesse Isbell. And let me just read very quickly the actual scholarship. Be it resolved this 18th day of May, 2026, the Anderson County Board of County Commissioners hereby awards the 30th Annual County Commission Scholarship in the amount of $500 to Jesse Isbell. He's a senior representing Oak Ridge High School, and it's signed by Chairman Pat Palmer. So we'll get everything he needs to him just as soon as we can, and he certainly is very deserving, and we hope he'll continue. I'm sure he will continue his scholarship programs and the courses he's been taking. I'm sure he will continue that at the college level. So thank you.
Next, we will recognize Commissioner Foster, who has a proclamation honoring Robert Bob Jameson.
So, a proclamation honoring Robert Bob Jameson for a lifetime of service and dedication to education and public service. Whereas Robert Bob Jameson, a respected educator and public servant, was a graduate of Oak Ridge High School and Union College, exemplifying a lifelong commitment to education and personal achievement. And whereas Robert Bob Jameson dedicated 40 years to teaching social studies and government at Clinton High School, shaping the lives of countless students through the instructions, mentorship, and guidance. And whereas Robert Bob Jameson further enriched the school community through active involvement in extracurricular activities, contributing to the development and success of students beyond the classroom. And whereas in addition to a distinguished career in education, Robert Bob Jameson faithfully served the community in numerous public roles, including a vice mayor and Alderman of the City of Clinton, and is a member of the Anderson County Commission, the Anderson County Election Commission, and the Clinton Utilities Board. And whereas Robert Bob Jameson decades of service left a lasting and meaningful impact on the citizens of Clinton and Anderson County. And whereas the life and legacy of Robert Bob Jameson will remember with deepest respect and gratitude to all who knew him and were influenced by him. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we hereby honor the life and legacy of Robert Bob Jameson and express our sincere appreciation for his enduring contributions to education and public service, and extend heartfelt sympathy to his family and loved ones. And witness whereas we have set our hands and caused the official seal of Anderson County, Tennessee to be excited this date, the 18th of May, 2026. And I'll point out that he's an Oak Ridge graduate, but he got wise and went to Clinton High School to educate many, many students. And probably, I'm guessing Commissioner Palmer had him, no, yeah? As a teacher. Yeah, he was already. As old as I am. Okay, so that tells you a lot. But he was already retired by the time I went through, but he still did a 100-day contract, but have known him. Obviously, if you lived in Clinton, you knew who he was through sports or Clinton City Council or working. He used to work the lunchrooms when I was there. So if you went to Clinton High School, you knew who Bob Jameson. If you lived in Clinton, you knew who Bob Jameson was.
You went to a ball game, you bought a ticket from him.
Yeah, also true.
Thank you, Commissioner Foster. Next, we will recognize Commissioner Beauchamp, who has a proclamation designating May 2026 as Amyotrophic Lateral Sclerosis ALS Awareness Month.
Thank you. I'd like to say thanks to Jimmy that's in my district. He lost a friend to ALS, and he wanted to bring this proclamation and asked me to bring forth it to the County Commission. A proclamation designating May 2026 as ALS Awareness Month, whereas ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive, fatal, neurodegenerative disorder affecting nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, resulting in the gradual loss of muscle control, ultimately leading to paralysis and the loss of ability to walk, speak, eat, and breathe. And whereas ALS strikes people regardless of race, sex, age, ethnicity, however, military veterans are statistically more likely to develop and die from ALS than individuals without a history of military service. And whereas approximately 30,000 individuals in the United States are afflicted with ALS at any given time, with more than 5,000 new cases diagnosed each year, and it is estimated more than 500 Tennesseans are currently living with ALS, reflecting the need for continued research, support services, and public awareness. And whereas individuals diagnosed with ALS, for which currently there is no cure, face significant physical, emotional, and financial challenges, with most surviving only 2 to 5 years from the time of diagnosis. And whereas access to emerging therapies, durable medical equipment, communication technologies, and clinical trials play a pivotal role in evaluating new treatment and is essential to improving quality of life for those living with ALS. And whereas dedicated researchers, health professionals, caregivers, and advocacy organizations remain committed to advancing treatment options, improving quality of life, and pursuing a cure. And whereas the ALS Association is the largest philanthropical funder of ALS research globally, having committed more than $154 million to support over 550 research projects across the United States and 18 other countries. And whereas ALS Awareness Month provides an opportunity to increase public awareness, promote better understanding, recognize the significant impact of this disease on individuals and their families, and support ongoing efforts to eradicate this disease. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that May 2026 is hereby designated as ALS Awareness Month in Anderson County, Tennessee, and all citizens are hereby encouraged to increase awareness, support those affected, and contribute to efforts aimed at the development of effective treatments and cure.
Thank you, Commissioner Beauchamp. With that, that brings the public hearing, presentation, and proclamation portion of our meeting to a close. We will stand in adjournment until 6:30.
Samantha's, then Kelly's come around, did her, Trey. Then Macy asked me about it 3 or 4 weeks ago if I was gonna do it. I said, it's up to you, you want me to? You don't? Good, either way. She said, no, I want you to. I'm the last one. So I did. Yeah, oh man. Remember my mom holding her as a baby in my living room there, and here we are. She's at the beach on spring break or senior trip. Oh man, I remember those days.
This new river. We didn't know if we had made it. Trail thing. Is that gonna be a big?
So here's the question, man. Number one, don't get in.
The resolution to get these people we need to do something better. It's gonna wind up being bought by some other company, a private company.
No,
That's gonna have every right in the world to do
Is he not
whatever
gonna be
they
here?
wanna do with it without our input. So
He's got it. The whole meeting. But I got
this
that right.
project moves forward,
No, I think he made you go through some agenda. I was gonna go downstairs. No, good. Just keep it.
this come to fruition. But if this does work, and it grows out to say it will, we can get
What's up over by funeral home? Are you going to end of Rocky Top? Then you go underneath the interstate? Yes. I don't know the address. Just take that. Just keep that because he might want to have it for when he gets back from McDonald's. I'm sure he probably has a Golden Beach meeting or something.
Hey, how you doing, John? All right. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, this feels like we found out. Well, I think it's actually
That's a good child support. All my kids went, well, they went through Woodland for elementary.
I thought it was in '09, but it may have been 8 or could have been 13. Because he come up to me and said, Tracy, he got it.
I'm glad they had the campaign over, even though I know it didn't turn out the way you would have liked it, but I'm sure it was kind of a relief to have it done. Yeah. Get back to a normal life.
All right, thank you. Josie's her buddy. They look a lot alike.
That's before I decided I was the president.
Yeah. Right. Oh, they're best friends, though. Oh, yeah. Right.
Just talking about going on, winding down.
3 more actors.
Cool.
Not cool.
I texted Alder Lewis and he said, I'm up to date. Well, and that's just like Alder. What's she telling you? Just
Well, when I first got, listen, first got elected, they called me the second day. David Shepherd, David.
Oh, did you?
She's gonna get better. She got it by county emergency. It took me 3 years to clean that up. And this guy from Rome County, you remember this? Was that guy, Ed Williamson out there in Fairview? He told me, had pulled somebody over illegal in Rome County, I'd give him
I'll call this meeting of the Anderson County Board of Commissioners to order. We do have a quorum. Annette, if you'll make note of that. And we will begin with prayer by Commissioner Foster and a pledge of allegiance by Commissioner McNabb. If you'd stand, please.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for today. Thank you that we can come here tonight and do the work of the county, Lord. Thank you for your love and your mercy that you show us. Thank you for the sunshine that is raining down, Lord. Thank you so much just for your love, and I ask you just to guide us as we make decisions tonight. And just more importantly, thank you for salvation through your Son. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next on the agenda is our appearance of citizens. I do want to remind everyone, let me have a raise of hands of who is wanting to address this body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I do know that we have several from the New River area for the Rails to Trails. Do we have, who is here to speak in favor of the Rails to Trails? Who is here to speak against it? Is there anyone against it? All right. Ms. Manning, I did make concession for the two of you all to speak. If we could have 3 of the citizens, I think that should take care of everybody. If I saw that, we'll all just speak one after the other, if that's okay. All right. I would like to take a moment to recognize former Tennessee State House Representative, District 21, Mr. Jimmy Matlock. He is a candidate for State Senate, District 5 candidate. He's in the audience tonight. So welcome, sir. We're glad that you're here. All right, now on with this part. I want to remind everyone that this is a business meeting, okay? We will have civility. I do want to recognize your First Amendment rights, but we will not have any name-calling, outbursts of anger, or anything like that. Let's remember to remain civil in all of our discussion and discourse, okay? Thank you. I think I saw Ms. Darden first. If you'd like to come forward, give your name and your address, please.
My name is Rosemary Darden. I live at 107 Clear Branch Road in Lake City. I just want to take a few minutes. I believe this is the first time I have ever spoken public, so bear with me. I just want to thank everyone that had a part in fixing the play yard for the dogs at the shelter. Mayor Frank, for suggesting that they use what was going to be a parking lot for a play yard. If you could have seen the first dog that came out run and play in that play yard, it was worth every penny that was spent. And I just wanted to thank everybody. If Gary was here, I would thank him, Gary Long, I would thank him for carrying that culvert on his back, because I know he did a good job. But I just wanted to thank everybody. It meant the world. It means the world to everybody that loves those animals. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stern. For your first time. All right. Did I see another hand? Mr. Mullins, I think I saw you next, if you want to come on up.
I'm Nathan Mullins from Oak Ridge. Our reputation as dependable and trustworthy people has preceded us. Even before the war effort, our people's alliance with government to prepare the national defense was remarkable and highly visible to the world. It has been through partnership with nuclear power that we have lit up our shining city on a hill for 50 years. 3 generations of local investment vetting these atomic energy facilities, evolving from Watts Bar regionally through ORNL to safer molten salt reactors we developed to come online. So, your community has a right to be involved. Innovation is our lifeblood because we are plant towns, and if you're not growing, you're dying. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask the question on behalf of our working class families. Should we allow the government to bid out the new K25 site energy grid to the lowest bidder? I welcome the data center that's been greenlit to go up where those two rivers come together. However, the contract is blocked to our union workers who have been trained in nuclear infrastructure. It was granted to a non-union and non-NNSA compliant company. Bechtel and DOE is giving Barnhard Construction a favorable contract whose biggest projects are in Canada and California, including the southwestern border wall. Barnhard consistently bars union members from projects nationally, and they can't blame acceptable costs. It's normal for DOE and Bechtel to marginalize local workers where union representation has been the only recourse to layoffs. Now, I'm for the Google data center at K25, but let it be said, I'm not on the side of detractors. The socialist left is fighting data centers nationally, using millions by Soros and Weiss to help Indivisible, who incentivizes progressive candidates and propagandizes data centers. Let's protect our vested interest in 3 generations worth of nuclear projects in this county. Why would we risk a chemical spill at K25 where 2 rivers convene in order to save a dime, when containment is the issue of concern with modular reactors, which union experts certify? Apparently that doesn't make hay for the New York Times, which owns our paper in Oak Ridge, and the left has a stake in seeing both a data center and a nuclear success story fail. Let's continue serving this nation in a trustworthy manner by vetting our government contracts, by hiring responsible union citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mullins. Was there another, I think I saw, yeah, if you want to come on up.
Well, good evening, Mayor Frank, Commissioners, school board members, and members of the community. My name is Jason Deal, not Sheriff Barker. I'm the owner of the JD's Realty and Auction here in town. And I came tonight because I believe that this is one of the most important public real estate decisions Anderson County will make this year and probably in the last couple of years. I believe the citizens of this county deserve a process that's transparent, competitive, and designed to maximize public value. As a licensed real estate broker and auctioneer, I've spent years helping families, estates, businesses, entities to sell complex real estate throughout East Tennessee. And one thing I've learned is this: the way a property is sold can be just as important as the property as itself. Claxton Elementary means something to this community, and I understand why there's interest not only in the value of the property, but also what it ultimately becomes. This discussion is bigger than simply selling a piece of real estate. It's about stewardship of the public asset. When public property is sold, there are generally 3 things that matter most: transparency, market exposure, and public confidence in the process. No matter what direction this task force ultimately recommends, whether that's through the RFP process, an auction process, a negotiated sale, or some combination thereof, I would encourage the county to ensure the process creates true competition and true market value. One of the biggest mistakes public entities make is unintentionally limiting the buyer pool before the market has had an opportunity to fully respond. Properties like this are unique. They can attract developers, educational groups, medical users, EMS providers, mixed-use redevelopment opportunities, and sometimes, as we've seen, the highest bidder was someone that we didn't even anticipate. I would encourage the county to think about timing, marketing reach, and valuation methodology. An appraisal is great, okay? An appraisal is one person's opinion on one day value. This is certainly a project that our company would love the opportunity to help with, but whether JD's is involved or not, that's not what matters. What matters is Anderson County gets the very best process possible for the taxpayers and this community. And If the county ultimately decides that an auction is not the best route, well, that's okay too. I simply wanted to offer my perspective as a real estate and auction professional who cares deeply about the community and wants to see this process handled the right way. At the end of the day, this property belongs to the taxpayers of Anderson County. The citizens deserve a process that creates confidence, maximizes exposure, and gives the market the opportunity to fully respond before decisions are made. I appreciate your time tonight. I appreciate the task force's responsibility that you have ahead of you. Thank you for hearing me.
Mr. Foster, Commissioner Foster.
I'd like to make a motion that we defer him to the task force where he can have more conversation and put it on the agenda. I know we haven't, that's not been set up on who's on there, but I would like him to be.
All right,
where he
so
can
we
have that
will be
conversation.
discussing this during the budget report. A recommendation is coming from the budget committee to form this task force. We will need to vote on it at that time, and then we will put four commissioners on there. I think an email, Annette sent out an email to everyone, and so we've got the names of the ones who have wanted to participate. But I do agree, that's a good idea. Do I have a second for this motion?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner White. We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Dill, we'll make sure that you know when that meeting is, whenever that task force is put together and when they schedule the first meeting. Thank you. All right, let's see. Did anyone else want to, that's not about Rails to Trails, anyone else want to address this commission? All right, Ms. Manning, if you will come first, and then we'll see who's next.
I'm told I haven't been using this microphone correctly, so, am I using it correctly now?
That's better, yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time, folks. I'm Nancy Manning, Executive Director of Tennessee Citizens for Wilderness Planning, based in Oak Ridge. I'm here to address the Rails to Trails resolution that my organization has proposed, which you'll discuss later in the agenda, I understand. Beginning in 2020, our organization has been involved in preserving the rail corridor and has since focused heavily on public outreach, primarily in Anderson County. We're moving to Scott County next. We drafted resolutions that were approved in Clinton, Norris, and Oak Ridge. The resolution before you is essentially the same as approved by those cities. However, we've had the advantage of working with Commissioner Isbell, who helped us add some provisions recognizing the importance and unique needs of the New River community. I want to briefly explain where the project now stands. On April 27th, this 42-mile railroad corridor was successfully rail-banked under federal law. Rail banking preserves the corridor intact for possible future rail use while allowing recreational trail use, preventing the corridor from being fragmented and lost forever. Trust for Public Land is a national conservation organization. They are the ones that are now federally recognized as the trail sponsor of this corridor, and they hold an option to purchase the corridor from R.J. Corman, and that's going to occur in December of this year. Our organization substituted Trust for Public Land for us at the Surface Board and Transportation because of their extensive resources and experience with these projects. Their role, TPL's role, is to stabilize the project by completing the title search, the boundary surveys, environmental assessments, and thereby positioning the corridor for long-term protection and public benefit. However, Trust for Public Land will not remain the permanent owner. They don't do that. So Echoes of the Rail Foundation intends to ultimately acquire and manage the corridor long-term and will eventually assume the role of trail sponsor with the Surface Board of Transportation. The resolution before you tonight does not obligate Anderson County financially. In fact, these resolutions of support are what allow private donors, foundations, and state and federal grants to move forward without placing the burden on the counties, municipalities, or their taxpayers. Donors and agencies want to see visible local support before committing resources to projects like this. And John McCracken, the board president of ECHOS, is here. He can either speak now or when you bring it up on the agenda.
We can have him speak during that time at the agenda to answer some questions. Commissioner Isabel's already said that there are some questions, so
Okay.
we'll address that at that time,
And we're
if that's
both
okay.
available for questions.
Okay, that
And
sounds
we
good.
do have some New River folks.
All
that
right,
want to
yes,
speak.
who's
Thank you.
next?
Thank you.
Hi, thank you all. My name is Loretta Weber, and I live at 6792 New River Highway, Devonia, Tennessee 37710. And I'm not good with time, so
I'll let you know.
I know, I'm watching you. Over in New River, we don't have much. Biggest thing we have is New River General Store. When I first heard about the Rails to Trails was when we had a meeting at Rosedale School. I didn't know nothing. The only thing I knew is I didn't want it. And the reason I didn't want it is because we don't like change. When I got to know Nancy as time went on, that's when I decided, hey, I think I might really be interested in this. The more I learned, the more I liked, because then I figured out, hey, this could be something good for us, because, you know, we'd done lost everything else. We lost our post office. We lost our school for our kids. We'd lost businesses back in the day. We was coal mining and logging. That was gone. You know, the only thing we had was the store. So then we decided, you know, she took us on a trip to Virginia, Dominguez, Virginia. We went up there, and we took that trail. We walked it, and everybody up there, man, I'm telling you, them people were the nicest people. Nobody was hateful. Hello, hi, how are you? And it was nice to see the difference up there. And, of course, they was a lot like New River, a small town. They was logging. They lost it. And then they decided they wanted Rails to Trails to come into their town. And it boomed them up. When they first started with their bike shops, they started out of a van. They graduated to a trailer. Then they started having bike shops. So if they can thrive like that, why can't New River? That's what I want to see. I want to leave a legacy for my grandkids, for my kids, and have a place for the kids over there in New River. They don't have anything right now. I mean, there's nothing for those kids over there. Why can't we have bike shops and let those kids that's living there now have a place to work in and have something to do? Oh, Lord. You made me nervous now. But we do need something, a place for the kids to ride bicycles and go walking without fear of being run over or something. And I really think we can thrive in this. And I think with your all's help, helping us get grants, that we could do this. That they don't have everything figured out, Echo don't, but we can get there with your all's help. And I would appreciate you all voting yes for this, because we need it. We're a dying town. And without your all's help, we're going to be a dying town. But I appreciate your all's time. And thank you
Ms.
for that.
Weber.
30
You did
seconds.
great. You did great. Who's next? Yes, sir.
Edward Lee, at 5896 New River Highway. First time, I'm sorry I didn't bring no speech, as you can tell. I didn't know I was be talking. But our little community over there, it's dying. Yeah, I get kind of emotional. But me and Jimmy was talking the other day, and we just like, now we're the old timers. But I'm going to take you back to history just a little bit, but I quit hit this thing. But anyway, like a lot of people say, logging come in first, then the coal mines. And when the coal mines come in, everybody come to there. Say it again. Everybody come over there. And then everybody was living, had jobs. I worked in the coal mines. Then luckily, well, it wasn't luckily, but I got laid off. Then I had to find me something else to do. So I moved off. I went to Alcoa, stayed a couple of years, and I moved back. And stay at level over there. It takes me about an hour to get to work every day, but it's really worth it over there. But so now the coal mines is out. Now we got no jobs. The whole little town is dying. If we don't get something else in, we'll be the same way. We're gonna dry up. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you. One more, was there one more hand? No? Let me put my glasses on so I can see you guys. Did you, okay.
Jimmy Burge, 246 Braden Flat Lane. I appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight, but I guess kind of going back to last week, I spoke about, as Loretto was, definitely against the trail. Nancy left me 2 messages, and I didn't reply to either one, but through a third party, I finally did. But along the way, we were looking at bookends for support from New River and Oneida, and that kind of fell off the way, and we were looking to get some state money through those bookends that may have fallen away. So I was told that the Echoes group, Mr. McCracken here, that their group had brought in someone to help raise funds, and a pretty heavy hitter from what I hear, and they were going to raise through private donations and government donations, and they were going to do the trail without the state money if it came to that. And at that point, that's when I decided to reach out to the Echoes organization about how New River would be represented, and or would there be representation, lack of representation, whatever. So went and had a meeting, and my part in this is I wanted to help to be able to watch out, maybe not watch out, that's not the right word, but to help with concerns of the citizens in my county. But I've been asked to be on the board, and as a board member, I would represent citizens of all 3 counties. But my initial interest was to do this to help with any situations that might arise that people that are not from our area would not know or understand. And so there's a couple of situations in our area in Anderson County. I know there's some in all counties, but that we're working diligently to attempt to figure out how to proceed and how to make this trail happen, and how to bring economic development, exercise, all of the things, jobs. There's a lot of things at stake here, but I think with your all's help and a yes vote tonight that we can help move forward with this and help the families that are in need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burge. Is there anyone else that I overlooked that wanted to address this body? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name's Mike Harris. I own property at 7146 New River Highway. I want to thank you all for the opportunity to speak. I grew up in the New River area and attended Rosedale School. New River for many years had prosperity and was a major asset to the county and the region. The natural resources of coal and timber provided many years of jobs and supported many families. But natural resource jobs were the only jobs that we had. When the natural resources were gone, the people started moving away. and to find other jobs, and we even eventually lost our school. But we still have a community of tough people who love New River and still live there, even if they have to drive across the mountain to find work. With the coal and timber reserves exhausted, one might think that things look pretty bleak for New River's future, but we have one natural resource that will never be used up, and that's the beauty of our mountains and rivers and creeks and hollows and waterfalls and the wildlife, bear, elk, and deer. We have the same beauty as the Great Smoky Mountains and Frozen Head State Park, which was voted #1 state park in 2020, and we border Frozen Head. So I believe we have a great opportunity with the Rails to Trails to bring prosperity back to New River. We have a lot to offer the people that love the outdoor activities. Benefits for the New River people themselves will be a safe place to walk, exercise, and kids ride bikes. Economic benefits will be new businesses, jobs such as bike rentals, shuttle service, food service, trail maintenance, construction, campgrounds, and cabin rentals. Economic potential, as an example, Damascus, Virginia, which is the location of the Virginia Creeper Trail, was a small dying town after their timber resources were gone. The Virginia Creeper has become so successful and valuable to the state of Virginia that when Hurricane Helene damaged a large portion of their trail, the state of Virginia approved $240 million to restore the trails, and construction is underway now. The Creeper Trail adds to the economy of 4 counties that surround it, provide 582 full-time jobs for the region, and all these stats came from Virginia Tech. So to sum things up, New River has an opportunity to be just as successful and important to the region as the Virginia Creeper, and increased tourism dollars will serve the county and the state and to help focus more resources to the New River area.
Thank you,
you all.
Mr. Harris. Thank you. All right, anyone else that I missed? All right, seeing none, we'll go on with the agenda. First, we need to approve the consent agenda. There's a couple of things that I have. I've just noticed something that I did not catch the first time. An Anderson County Animal Advisory Committee minutes. So that board needs to be changed to committee. And I would like to pull the Fire Commission minutes and the Veteran Service Advisory Committee minutes off and put them under the committee reports. Is there any other changes to the consent agenda? I have a motion by Commissioner Yeager to approve the consent agenda, second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Any other changes, anything? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is the approval of the regular agenda. Does anyone have anything there? Any changes or? All right, can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Commissioner Yeager, second by Commissioner McNabb to approve the regular agenda. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll have the public hearing report by Vice Chairwoman Vandegrift.
Thank you, Chairman. Earlier this evening, we did have a public hearing where we discussed to consider Resolution 2511-1242 to amend the Anderson County's Regional Zoning Resolution regulating development within the jurisdiction of Anderson County, Tennessee, to minimize danger to life and property due to flooding, and to maintain eligibility for participation in the National Flood Insurance Program.
All right. You should have a copy of the resolution in your agenda packet. I need a motion to approve that resolution. I have a motion by Commissioner McCamey, second by Commissioner Yeager. Is there any discussion on this item? Do you have anything to add? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And that was the end of the public hearing.
All right, thank you very much. Next, we'll go on to the presentation of reports. Mayor Frank.
Thank you, Chairman. The first couple of action items, I'm requesting a motion to confirm the appointment of Nikki Swisher to the Anderson County Economic Development Association to fill the unexpired term of a member who had to step down for work scheduling. And then I'm requesting a motion to confirm the appointment of Casey Flack to the Anderson County Development Corporation to fill the vacancy left by H. Fawn Evans.
All right, I have a motion for Commissioner Foster for both, all right, and a second by Commissioner Allen. Is there any discussion on these appointments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the next item, and this is up to commission if you want to handle this tonight or if you want to just let this serve as notice and address it next month. I did put in the agenda packet some background. The county mayor appoints members of the Planning Commission. County Commission appoints members of BZA. We currently have one individual who serves on both Planning Commission and BZA. At the time the board was filling vacancies, Anderson County was without a law director and was in the process of hiring current law director Jamie Brooks. Planning and Development reached out to our planner, Joe Barrett, with East Tennessee Development District for the inquiry, who advised there is nothing to prohibit dual service. As an example, both Clinton Planning Commission and Clinton BZA are the same members. In your packet from the law director, there is a legal memo from him, as well as a prior legal memo from Mr. Yeager. We could not locate that memo was distributed or it did not appear in the minutes of County Commission's nominating committee. So that is before you. In talking with Law Director Brooks, he recommended that we put this issue in front of Commission and we let Commission make a decision on what they would like to see. That way it could be recorded in the minutes, and going forward, when nominations are taken, there would be something on file or on record to guide Commission on the issue of dual service.
All right. Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Allen to approve what?
That you have two commissioners, two people with the same, on this board together.
Okay.
They can serve on both.
You want them to?
I'll second that.
Okay, so the motion is that dual service on the BZA and the Planning Commission, that we approve, that a person can do both, right? Okay, so I have a motion by Commissioner Allen, second by Commissioner Foster. Commissioner McCamey for discussion.
Mayor, did you say the former county attorney and Jamie Brooks both recommended against it?
So there is a 2023 memo that we could not find that was distributed. So Mr. Brooks found that in the files of Jay, who recommended no. Mr. Brooks made a recommendation. Let me see here. I've got too many papers, Commissioner McCamey. He said there's essentially nothing to prohibit it, although he did recommend that we not allow it. And I don't think he phrased it that way. Cassandra, do you have that verbiage? Here we go. So his conclusion was Tennessee law does not prohibit simultaneous service on both Planning Commission and BZA. However, parties who file appeals with the BZA could perceive serving on both as a conflict of interest and raise it as an issue in a writ of certiorari to Chancery Court if they are dissatisfied with the decisions of the BZA. He recommends we avoid appointing one person to hold a seat on both the Planning Commission and BZA in the future because of the potential issues with allegations of violation of separation of powers and a conflict of interest might provide a legal basis for the courts to overturn the decision of the BZA.
All right, Commissioner Foster?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with, that's why I supported this motion, that, I mean, there's, all across Tennessee, people are serving on both. A lot of municipalities have, they're the same board. We're gonna get sued by the board's decision. If they don't like it, they're gonna sue no matter what, if it's the board or the BZA. I just think you've got qualified people that can serve on both. It's always hard to find people to serve on boards. So I'm in support of allowing members to be on both.
All right. Any other discussion? All right, Commissioner Val?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I understand what Commissioner Foster just said, and no doubt I trust the mayor's judgment on who needs to be appointed on boards. However, what's sticking out in my mind is we have a memo from our county attorney saying he doesn't think this is a good idea. And although we may still be liable regardless, he would be the one standing in court, at least at the beginning of any kind of litigation, and he would be having to defend us after he gave us a recommendation not to do something. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to be a no vote on this. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner White?
We've got a person on the BZA that serves on the planning commission, and we've got regulations for the BZA and the planning commission that a lot of us don't deal with on a day-to-day basis. Both of those boards could be the same board. You could unite those two boards into one, and there's a lot of similarities there. We just have one person that does both of them. Very knowledgeable. I like what Mr. Foster said. He don't have no problem with that. But I also like what
The good-looking guy.
the elderly person. You know, there's points to be made both ways. I would rather the attorney would have said that it was okay, but I hate to go against. I hate to go against our county attorney, but I see no problem with it, and I'll probably vote yes for it, in spite of what the attorney said, because Mark does a good job. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
Commissioner Isbell?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I served on the Planning Commission for a good while. And what happens if something goes to Planning Commission and gets turned down, they can go to BZA. So instead of having, the same people make the same decision again, it's a fresh set of eyes. So that's, and I see Commissioner White's point, and he's been chairman of the BZA forever, and I used to sit in and watch him. He does a great job. He makes some good, tough decisions, but I think that I'll vote with what the law director says.
Okay. Any other discussion? Just a reminder that the motion is that, okay, Commissioner McCamey?
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
I feel like would be a conflict, and that's what both of our county attorneys have said, that he felt it would be a conflict. The Planning Commission determined, what our zoning laws are, and they set those. If you disagree with the Planning Commission, then you go to the BZA and ask for a variance or setback, setbacks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like it is basically a conflict to be on one board, and the mayor pointed out, she appoints the Planning Commission, the county commission appoints the BZA. And, I feel like having one person do that job, or both of them at the same time, that it's conflict, because are they representing the Planning Commission or are they representing the BZA? Thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioner Smallridge.
I guess I just feel if our law director recommends against it, that we ought to go with his opinion. I don't see a great problem with it, but again, I go back to the recommendation of our law director. So I will vote against it.
All right. So as a reminder, the motion is to allow one dual seating on both boards, okay? All of those in favor of the motion to allow one person, one individual to serve in on both boards. You can do both.
Even though
Dual.
the attorney said not to.
Yes, that's what the motion is on the floor. All right, so a yes vote means you support it, no, you don't. All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Motion fails. No. Yeah, no, motion fails, so we are not going to have the dual. Thank you.
I would think we still need another motion to clear up what the law director
The
has.
language.
Okay. So let's clear up the language. Someone want to offer a motion?
Everybody's looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm against it, so I'm not making a motion for it, so.
All right, Commissioner Anderson.
Make a motion that we do not allow dual seating on BZA and Planning Commission. Sorry
right.
for not speaking in my mind.
We have a motion by Commissioner Anderson, second by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion on this motion? Commissioner Foster.
I just a clarification for the current member that is serving, will they be able to finish their term of, that they're on? Like, they're not gonna get kicked off because of this, correct? Like,
He's just
That-
served, I think, 3 months.
so at the end of this term, he would have to pick one.
I would think he would have to come on.
I'm still no either way, but I just don't think that's.
How long
I
is
think
his
he'd be
term?
grandfathered in. Probably 4 years.
Is it?
3-year terms?
I don't know what his term is. I did have a conversation with him about this, and he is willing to step off of one of them, and I just can't recall which one he said he would step off of, because we had a conversation before Mr. Brooks issued his memo. So he is willing to do that.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. The motion is to not allow dual membership on BZA and Planning Commission. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Motion carries. All right.
Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. The next item, Anderson County conducted an auction, and when there are delinquent tax auctions, properties that do not sell at the delinquent tax auction come into Anderson County's possession. We are allowed to review those properties. If there's any type of liability, then I can come to Anderson County Board of Commissioners and ask that we not accept those properties. We did that on a couple, if you'll recall. The Delinquent Tax Committee sets the minimum bid, and the tradition of the Delinquent Tax Committee is to set those at taxes owed, back taxes owed, to set that minimum bid. We held an auction in our contract with JD's auction, and let's see, we did not come into possession of very many properties, so the ones that went to sale were 103 Circle Cemetery Road in Bryceville, Cobb Hollow Road in Rocky Top, Duncan Road in Bryceville, Houston Avenue in Oak Ridge, 702 Railroad Avenue in Rocky Top, and 620 Young Lane in Clinton. The 620 Young Lane in Clinton will go back into a sale. We'll go back to the Delinquent Tax Committee with that one. We did have a purchaser. Back taxes owed were $3,495. We received a bid price of $11,000. That bidder backed out. And Mr. Deal, if you want him to address this property, he can. Someone wanted to build on it, and it does not have sufficient space to be able to do that, to get septic or anything. So we'll probably ask to maybe lower that minimum bid. The Houston, the Circle Cemetery Road, the Houston Avenue, the 702 Railroad Avenue have sold and have, we've collected the funds and executed the deeds. Cobb Hollow and Duncan Road received less than the taxes owed. And so, according to statute, I can come to commission, we have done this in the past, and request a motion authorizing the acceptance of those two bids. If you have any questions on those properties, again, Mr. Deal is here, and Brandon as well, if you want to ask any questions about the why.
All right.
And that's the motion I'm requesting.
All right, so we have a motion by Commissioner Foster to accept these bids, second by Commissioner Allen. Is there any discussion or questions at this time? Commissioner Smallridge.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, what happens, this doesn't cover the taxes, correct?
Correct. So if you'll notice, so for instance, on Houston Avenue, the taxes owed were $5,293, and we sold that property for $41,000, so that those proceeds go, are deposited, and we can use the proceeds from the overage to pay the back taxes for those other two properties. So in the case of Cobb Hollow, it's $1,587. And this is for any, if there are any city taxes, so for instance, on Rocky Top, those taxes owed also go to pay the city taxes, not just county. And then on Duncan Road in Bryceville, it would be the same thing. We would use the overage from the sales on Railroad Avenue and Houston Avenue. So if you look at Railroad, we sold that property for $26,000, but the taxes owed were $15,001.
So if we accept a bid where it doesn't cover the taxes, then the rest of the tax we will never collect, is that right?
No, we will pay it. So Anderson County has to pay that. When we execute the deed, the first thing we have to do is write a check up to clerk and master for the full taxes owed. We do not get to escape that. So that's what I'm saying. We would take the excess proceeds from the other sales and make sure that all of those taxes are paid.
Thank you, Mayor.
Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Chairman. 702 Railroad Avenue, Mayor, is the $15,000 include city taxes, or is that just county?
I believe that is a city property, so that would, to my knowledge, that includes the city taxes. So I can verify. I mean, there have been occasions in the past where sometimes the clerk and master may not have sent the total amount, but I mean, we have ended up paying it like maybe in two separate payments when we discover that the city hasn't. But when we ask for everything that's owed, we're asking for everything, city and county.
And then, Madam Chairman, clarification on the motion. Are you including all properties in your motion to be approved, Commissioner Foster?
We only need a motion on 2 and 3, correct?
Correct, yes. So
it's
the
just
others.
those two you're all talking about?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
they're not to the win, that's what.
Correct.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. Commissioner Val.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And having the privilege of being on that committee for a little while, one thing I'd like to point out, and the mayor can correct me if I'm wrong, it's not like we have went out and just accepted the first offer that came along on some of these properties. Some of these properties have been on our list for a while, and we have made valiant efforts to try to recoup the taxes that were owed on them. So I think we reach a point on some of them to where we come to the conclusion that this is the best that we're going to be able to do. So,
Okay.
and certainly we've dealt with that more than once with this. One question I do have, however, and I don't know if this is for JD or the mayor, the Cobb Hollow address, if you turn off of 441, is that the property right there on the left?
It's to the right of the old gas station. If you're looking at it, the gas station to the left. According to the property asset, property viewer map, didn't mean to speak out of turn, but I can answer that question quickly.
Yeah.
But it's to the left, kind of circles behind it. It's not the
Okay.
big piece that highway owns.
Okay.
State owns,
All right.
gas station, it's to the right, small section.
All right.
Is that correct, JD?
Yeah, there's 6 foot of road frontage, you know, and it goes back behind the gas station.
Okay.
It's a draw, but
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Foster?
And just clarification, all the revenue goes back into the general fund after we sell, after we pay the proper taxes, or I guess it's broken down based on what property?
Yes, so,
Okay.
I
That's
know,
what-
for instance, Dr. Parrott likes when we sell property and collect all the taxes, it is split according to, is that correct, or no? Robbie, 60/40?
So it does break down
Okay.
like how our tax rate would be. Okay.
All right. Any other discussion?
quick question.
Yes.
Our option is to, you would sue the homeowner or the landowner? Is that the only other option?
So for these two properties, they've already come into possession of Anderson County. So we would just continue to maintain, and penalties and interest would continue to accrue. Yeah. I will say that we had a very robust auction. It was held at the Chamber of Commerce. It was had a virtual component online, had many active bidders, and I believe the Cobb Hollow one did have some engagement, some back and forth, but that was as high as we could get, was the $13,000 from the bidders that were there.
Mayor, do we need or Robbie, do we need a board vote on this? You would like one? Okay. Josh, can we go to the board and vote? Motion passes.
And then the next items, Chairman, are just status only, so the monthly shelter statistics have a status on the Emergency Operations Center. The City of Clinton approved that site plan. Bid opening is currently scheduled for June 4th. The EMS Training Academy, Anderson County Planning Commission approved the site plan. That bid opening was initially scheduled for May 28th. That's been pushed forward to the Friday, June 5th. I can't remember what that date is, but it's been pushed forward a week. And that's all I have. Also, the medical examiner report for the first quarter is in there.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Isbell.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. For the Emergency Operations Center, the City of Clinton approved the site plan.
Yes, sir.
All right, for the people at home, can you tell them where that's at? The location?
So it is a property that's owned by SL Tennessee. It's right adjacent to SL. So it's really a partnership with them. They donated that or made that available to the City of Clinton. The City of Clinton is letting us share that property for the construction of an Emergency Operations Center. And then their plan is to eventually build a fire station right next to it. Originally, we were going to be a united building, but because we're having to do a little bit of elevation change in order to avoid some of the cost of dealing with the rock that is there, it will have some separation, but we will still share parking lot. We'll still have a breezeway to walk over and maybe share some of the spaces. Tonight on the budget agenda is an intergovernmental agreement that denotes that relationship between the city and county for the Emergency Operations Center.
And this will fulfill the obligation that the city had, and this goes back years.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
we've been dealing with this for several years.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, thank you, Mayor. Next, we will have the Budget and Purchasing Report. Finance Director Robbie Holbrook.
Okay, real quickly with the cash and fund balance report, the general fund unassigned fund balance, 11.3 million. Total fund balance for the general fund, 14,475,174. Cash, 20,573,432. The school fund, total fund balance, 10.4 million. Cash, 20,861,549. Any questions on the cash and fund balance?
Commissioner Wandell.
Chairman, Bobby, what's the number we got to be at to get 2/3 to start affecting the?
8 million
Thank you.
on the fund balance, yes, unassigned.
Thank you.
All right. We can move on.
Commissioner Isbell.
Yeah, well, I
Oh.
just wanted clarification
Oh,
on,
I'm sorry.
on how much 1 cent represents now. on the tax rate.
360,000 or right around?
That's up quite a bit.
Yes, it is.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Seeing no other ones, go ahead.
All right, thank you. The sales tax report for the month of March, county portion, the whole county, 3.9 million, up 3%. The Anderson County portion, $469,982, a 3.51 increase.
Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Chairman. Robbie, when these sales tax dollars come in, when do we get them?
When do we get them?
Yeah.
Do
Do we get them in those months?
Yes. So the state's always 2 months behind, pretty much, so we're just now
And
receiving.
then where do
them.
we deposit them? With fund?
The general fund, highway, and the school fund. The school fund gets the largest portion of sales tax, the general fund, and then the highway department's the least.
And that's set to those three areas in what mechanism? We just,
Well, schools is divided depending on enrollment, like ADA numbers, the enrollment of the school systems, who gets the most, and then the highway and the general fund is split. It's in the appropriation resolution, the county approves each year, but I'm trying to remember this, I think it's 6337.
so
General fund getting 63.
appropriated based on that?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman.
Yes. Commissioner Foster.
So do you know what percentage we're up total on sales tax without, maybe you know that off the top of your head, I can add it up if you don't.
What percentage we're at?
Yeah, total from this time last year? I know we're
No,
up
but each
3.
month has been an increase, so I mean, I was keeping up with that monthly for
Okay.
you, and I'll do it next month.
Okay. And then, one other question I have on the, ARPA funds.
Yes, sir.
I know that's separate from that.
Yeah.
But are we concerned about any of the outstanding?
No.
Okay, that money will get spent? Okay,
Yes, sir.
thanks.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, ARPA funds, which we still have 6 projects not completed. I know we're going to get the EMS ambulance. Nathan keeps me updated monthly about that, and we're in good shape there. And that's the biggest portion of the funds left. Besides the broadband grant, and I have spoken with the mayor, and I think they have finished their work, but we haven't received an invoice, or
Yes,
I'm going to let her explain.
I haven't pressed them for an invoice so that we can continue to earn interest.
And we are still earning interest, which we have $37,523 of interest available currently, so. And the last one down there, the health department renovation, that is interest, so we really don't have to have that completed by the deadline. But we also did change that in the budget committee, which we will get to later. Use that for something different. Okay, and the last thing I have is a grant inventory list for the county as we provide each month.
Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Chairman. I heard what you said, Robbie, on EMS.
Ambulance.
Yeah, so there's $423,196 remaining not expended.
Yes, sir.
So those funds, I guess what you're saying, they're gonna be expended, but right now they're just,
They're committed in a PO, purchase order, and we have placed we've ordered them, and we have a date of delivery. Correct, Nathan? Yes, so, and they will be.
what's the date?
The date. I can look at my email.
We've got one coming this June and then one coming in September.
Okay, thank you.
These are the last of the ones we ordered in 2022.
Okay, thank you, Nate. And then couple more questions, if it's okay, Madam
Yes.
Chair. Okay. The TDEC ARPA Water Infrastructure Investment Plan,
Yes, sir.
we got $52,419.97 sitting there. What's that?
That was the, okay. TDEC, it's a totally different ARPA grant, but that was the matching funds. We matched it with our ARP funds. So ACWA is working on projects, and as they bill us for the money, the grant portion of, or the matching portion of it each month, or as the project. They're almost through completing their projects as well.
This was something separate than the money we got, and then we returned it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one, and I appreciate you working with me here, at the
No problem.
Blockhouse Valley Recycling Center, we have funds of $33,900 and then $4,300, I believe.
42.
What are those funds set aside for?
Mayor, can you help me with that, Steve?
So we need to wrap that up. In fact, I'll reach out to Jeff for a meeting. That is for the new location for recycling center.
And if I may, do we have information on the new recycling center?
So we entered into, part of that is for planning and design. I'd have to go look and see. I don't know if there was a survey in there or not. That might be a portion of it. I'll have to email that out. I cannot recall exactly. I do know that we're in an agreement with Robert Campbell and Associates on that one.
So I assume this went through the solid waste, probably, okay.
Yes, Commissioner McCamey actually brought the motion to fund that through County Commission.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Robert.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, sure. Contracts and surplus vehicles. We have 6 contracts that all have been approved by the law director for approval tonight.
All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Foster to approve these contracts, second by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion on these contracts? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and the next thing I have is a capital asset surplus request. It's a portable basketball court from the Clinton High School Sportsplex. The starting bid will be $30,000.
All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Smallridge, to accept this request to surplus. Any discussion on this item? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Group 4 appropriations from the school fund. There are 4 of those. I can take as a group and answer any questions you might have.
All right. I have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion or questions on these appropriations? Hearing none, let's go to the board and vote. She stepped out. Okay. Motion passes. Thank you.
Yes, in Group 5 transfers from the school department, there are 3 of those as well. They are transfers for payroll and major line items.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Yeager. Any discussion on these transfers? Hearing none, let's go to the board to vote. Motion passes.
Thank you. Group 6 appropriations non-school. There are 10 of those, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, 37, 39, and 40.
I have a motion by Commissioner Beauchamp, second by Commissioner Allen, to approve these appropriations. Any discussion on these? Seeing none, let's go to the board to vote. Motion passes.
Okay, and in Group 8 transfers that are non-school, all from the general fund, there are 7 of those. A lot of this May and June are cleanup work for our budget codes.
Okay. I have a motion by Commissioner Bochamp, second by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion on these transfers? Seeing none, let's go to the board and vote. Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving into miscellaneous, Group 9. Section A is, we have one grant application from the Norris Library.
Motion by Commissioner Bochamp, second by Commissioner Smallridge to approve this grant. Any discussion on this item? All in, do you need, is that a board vote? No. No, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, Group B was proposed budget hearings for the fiscal year 26-27 budget. It was information only, no action.
Okay.
Under Group C, new business, the Claxton Elementary Cell Task Force, a motion by Commissioner McNabb and second by Commissioner Allen to form a task force, including four school board members and 4 county commissioners, following policies and procedures to appoint commissioners. Members of the task force will not score the request for proposal, and that motion passed.
All right. I have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner McNabb, to form this task force. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Now, at this time, we will form that task force. I sent out, or Annette sent out an email asking commissioners if they were interested in serving on this task force. I received an email from Chad McNabb, Tracy Wandell, Denise Palmer, Mayor Frank, and Sabre Bochamp. I have 5 names. Is there anyone else that would like to be added to this? Commissioner Foster?
I was going to approve the 5 names.
Okay.
I was gonna withdraw my name.
Oh,
Okay.
So that leaves us with
But I
4.
think the mayor's
I
already-
I think she needs to be sitting on there. Dr. Parrott's on the other one, so.
I think me and the mayor's probably
Ex officio.
yeah, I think they're already there. That's what,
Okay. All
I
right.
didn't think they were voting members. That's why I thought we had 4. So, like, both of them would be on there from the ex officio side.
So Dr. Parrott, have you chosen, is there 4 from the Board of Education side? Okay, I'll have you give us those names in just a moment. All right, so then we have Chad McNabb, Tracy Wandell, Denise Palmer, and Sabre Bochamp as the 4. Correct? Anyone else? All right. Motion is on the
I'll stay on.
floor to accept, okay, are you withdrawing?
No,
I'm sorry.
staying on.
Okay,
Since
okay.
She's ex officio, I'll stay on.
Okay. Commissioner Foster with the motion to accept all 4.
Yes.
Commissioner Isabel with the second. We have a question or discussion by Commissioner Bochamp.
I was gonna ask Dr. Parrott the same thing.
Oh,
you asked,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, and what they did is they had a couple of that went there, so they've got 3 on it right now, they'll pick the other one in June.
Okay, all right. Is there any discussion on this motion? All right, all of those in favor of these 4, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, and then we'll have the mayor as the ex officio. Would you come to the podium and tell us who the ones from the Board of Education?
Yes, it is Scott Gillenwater's chairman, not of the task force, of the chairman of the board, Joe Williams, vice chair, and then Catherine Birkbeck.
And then you have one more to fill. Okay. Okay.
Do we need to do anything with them?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah, I
It's their
don't.
job to bring
Okay,
their 4.
okay. And he'll bring us the 4th one. Okay?
They can operate with that.
Oh, yeah, we will have a quorum. Correct. All right, let's move on then to the next item. Is there, oh, I'm sorry.
I thought we were going to take action on it, right? Yeah. To accept their 3 people.
Oh, okay, all right, I started saying we just voted. All right, so let's have, we have a motion by Commissioner McCamey, second by Commissioner Foster to accept the 3 Board of Education members. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right.
Okay. And
Thank you, guys.
unfinished business Park Road Stabilization Project. If y'all remember, we discussed this last month and we approved a motion using unassigned fund balance. But then Law Director Brooks issued a new opinion which stated that ad valorem revenue from the general fund could not be used for this project. It was determined that both sports gaming revenue and ARP interest funds are appropriate funding sources for highway projects. This action will require previous appropriations this fiscal year to be reclassified to unassigned fund balance, after which those funds may be used to fund the Park Road projects. Commissioners Beauchamp and seconded by Commissioner Vandegrift to fund the project $253,500 out of sports gaming tax and $141,500 out of ARP interest, and that motion passed.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Yeager, second by Commissioner Beauchamp. Is there any discussion on this? And it's appropriation, correct? Let's go to the board and vote. Oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Wandell, I'm sorry.
Chairman, did we have a motion previously to?
We did, and after that meeting on the last commission meeting on Monday, the law director came by my office and discussed with me. He wanted to make a couple more phone calls. He wanted to get it right, and then he issued a second opinion, so we had to change the motion from last. But the highway department has worked on the project, and so we found a solution. We're going to reappropriate some funding we did with ARP interest earlier this fiscal year and sports gaming tax to use for the highway project.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I guess my question was, Chairman, do we need to rescind our previous motion to do it correctly? Or if you guys are good with the way it is, do what you want, but I think we probably.
I don't know that question.
Okay.
Because we'll fund it twice if we don't, I think.
Yeah, just to clear up the minutes, because in the old
Okay.
minutes, it would be the old way.
So I've got Commissioner Yeager, do you want to rescind the?
Yeah.
This motion here?
Okay, rescind the previous motion, which was a different appropriation,
So rescind the previous and then
and then
approve this current.
approve this one.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay,
Same.
same. All right. Any other discussion? Thank you. All right, let's go to the board and vote. Motion passes.
Thank you. And the last item I have, it was not discussed during the Budget Committee meeting, but the Blockhouse Valley lease, which was approved by the law director, we're asking for approval for that tonight as well.
All right. I need a motion to approve this lease. Motion by Commissioner Yeager, second by Commissioner Allen. Discussion, Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Chairman. Forgive my ignorance. What's this lease for?
Mayor, I'll let you get.
So this is basically a long-standing agreement between Anderson County and Austin Eldridge. In this particular case, we've had different individuals in the past who provide security services for the Board of Education for the Blockhouse Valley site. So they provide night and weekend security, sheriff's training facility at the landfill site, the sheriff's training facility, CRESO, the recycling center, and also they patrol the perimeter around the American Nuclear site. They have to patrol the perimeter twice a day, check the interior of the property grounds for trespassers and hunters, check all locks on gates and doors after hours, protect the county and the school assets on the property, report problems to emergency services agencies and the site administrator, and other duties directed.
Thank you, Mayor. I apologize. It wasn't, and I appreciate your clarification.
absolutely.
This is a no-brainer. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Does a great job.
Any other discussion? All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. The law director is not here. Oh, no, Director of Schools. Boy, I'm just skipping over everybody tonight. I apologize.
It's been a busy couple of weeks.
It has.
Just a couple of things. I hope you got a chance to see the commission report for May. It was very there's a lot of things going on at our school system, a lot of things going on, a lot of STEM initiative, a lot of CTE stuff. On last Thursday, we started Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We graduated over 500 graduates, and in total, they've received over $27 million in scholarships. We've had them to high level, Brown University, the Citadel. We have one of our directors, Andrea Russell, her son is going to the academy, and so the Naval Academy, and we're very proud of that. Another thing that was really good news this week, the SCORE report. The SCORE is a, it's not affiliated with anybody, but Dr. Frisch started that about 15 or 20 years ago to advanced education in rural counties. And we were one of the fastest growing districts in math. And so it shows that we have took care of all the slide that happened during COVID, and we're on the uphill side. So that was really good news. A couple of other things. We're doing summer feeding. We're doing it the 4 Fridays in June. We have, and I may mess this up, we have Lake City Middle School, Andersonville, and my mind is on the other 2. I'll make sure we get that out. But we got 4 feeding places. We have, right now we have almost 500 students signed up for summer school. And it starts the Tuesday after Memorial Day. And those are for students that are mostly in our our elementary school, that through their TCAP scores, they are behind and they need some catching up to do. So we're excited about that. Last but not least, we want to thank the mayor, and it's been a long haul. I think it's been 3 or 4 years, but we got a grant probably 3 or 4 years to help feed the community when school's out. And that grant was over $200,000. So we will be getting the food truck on Wednesday. We've got a place to put it. We're excited. We've had a lot of partnerships with our community to help feeding when school is out and things like that. So we're excited about that.
Any questions for Dr. Parrott? Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Chairman. Dr. Parrott, have you noticed any impact to the budget for voucher program at all? I mean,
well, we don't. We get a countywide form, and there's about 1,250 kids that are either in private school, a umbrella school, or homeschooled. So we really don't know that. The state didn't take that last year. They're supposed to take that data this year, and we'll figure it out this year if we have.
Do you have data like that prior to the voucher program being initiated that we can kind of look at?
We can.
Yep.
We can.
Okay. And I just want to say thank you. I'll leave it at this. Just want to thank you for the graduations being held at the prospective high schools. I think that brings the community together, and just want to thank you for that. It's a lot better than going to UT and getting lost for 5 or 6 hours, and then here we're able to kind of meet as a family and friends, and then go make our purchases locally, like this guy used to talk about all the time. Spend local, support your businesses. So thank you. It's well done, and I just appreciate it. I've heard Commissioner Val talking about Anderson counties, and it sounded well too. So thank you.
And had some great speakers at both of those ceremonies. The students did a tremendous job at those, and if you've got a chance to hear some of the prayers that the students did, they will bring tears to your eyes.
Amen. Yes, they will.
So it's very humbling. Yeah. Parking is a high priority there. Yes. Yes.
Madam Chairman, I don't mean, but Commissioner White brings up a good point. Maybe if we can look at this. We have elderly folks that can't get in and out too well. Is there a way we can maybe get something set up at both high schools to where we can allow elderly to notify us and then have them set up to where they can get in?
We do it at both schools. We have everything that's up next to the field house at Anderson County is all handicap parking, and we start that out about 5:30, and then we also let them go down on the field so they don't have to go up in the stands. In the same way at Clinton, we have a place set off to
You're
do
way
that.
ahead of me. Thank you.
We got 3 more days. I got a grandson graduate 5th grade tomorrow, so he's all excited, so.
That sounds fun.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Thank you, Dr. Parrott. All right, you have the Law Director's report in your agenda. Law Director Brooks is not here, so we'll move on, if that's okay with you guys, to the committee reports. Operations Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Commissioner Wandell made a motion to approve the proclamation honoring former Commissioner Robert Jamison, seconded by Commissioner Anderson. Motion passed it forward to full commission for approval.
All right. Commissioner Isabel made a motion to approve this proclamation. Commissioner Yeager with the second. Any discussion on this motion?
Yeah, we passed it in the consent agenda, right?
We did.
So I
It was
didn't-
just on
I know it was
there.
on the agenda,
Yeah.
I mean, but we don't need to do it again, correct, parliamentarian?
We do not.
All right. And just as a reminder, our rules have a provision that proclamations can be empowered, the chair is empowered to issue honorary proclamations, and proclamations do not have to go through a committee. So you can
Is that all?
bring that straight to the chair.
All chairs or just you as?
It looks like, I mean, we can clarify the rules more, but it looks like it's just the commission chair.
Okay, thank you.
And of course, you know, there are proclamations that come from the mayor's office and such as well. But it doesn't have to go through a committee, is the point. All right.
Okay, under the Law Director, Commissioner Wandell made a motion to get a list of all county properties that Anderson County owns, that is, in Anderson County's name and the school system's name, seconded by Commissioner McCamey. Motion passed.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Wandell. What was that motion again, Commissioner Isabel?
That was to get a list of all county properties that Anderson County owns, that's in Anderson County's name and the school system's name.
Okay, that was not on our agenda.
It's as part as, it's under the Operations Committee report. It was
Okay.
just something that we read, and I think Commissioner Wandell has received that from the mayor or from the,
Okay.
no, from the law director.
Okay.
He wanted to speak on it.
All right, so Commissioner Wandell with the motion, Commissioner Isabel with the second. Is there any discussion on this motion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what it was for, is for discussion, because he brought that information.
Okay,
And I won't go long, Chairman, I got the list here, and I thank Law Director's Office for getting this together. This is just going to be all the Anderson County properties that are under Anderson County's name, and then also the school properties, either under Board of Education or Anderson County School Systems. I think it's something good for us to look at. Looking at, watching, sitting in on the Budget Committee, it got me to thinking about different things. And one thing that's really on my mind, and we're not going to get into it here, but it is Anderson County Park. That property is almost 200 acres we own, and I'm trying to find the deed to it now. I'm not sure what the deed says, but that's 200 acres of Anderson County property that, you know, it might be good to look at and understand what the best use is for that property instead of us trying to maintain it and spend money on it to maintain it when we could put it on a tax roll. It's just an idea. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do. But that's the reason I wanted to get these properties. I think there's a lot of property we have that we could consider putting back on the tax rolls to generate tax dollars, especially if we're at $360,000 per penny, that might be beneficial. Thank you.
And that motion is second was for discussion only.
okay,
Yeah, I don't think you need anything.
all right.
And next, we'll move to Rails to Trails. Commissioner Foster made a motion to approve resolution as presented, second by Commissioner Yeager. Motion passed forward to full commission for approval with revisions. Have the law director put in our form and approve it.
All right, I need a,
I thought we did too. I thought we had a motion in a second.
I thought it was Tracy and Val.
okay, so I have a motion by Commissioner Yeager and second by Commissioner Foster to approve which resolution? The Rails to
Yeah,
Trails?
we had a motion and a second, then it got took
Yeah.
off or something.
That's what I thought.
The original was Commissioner Val and Commissioner Wandell.
Okay,
If we want to clear the board out,
The reason I seconded it, because there wasn't one up there after I looked back down.
All right. Can you remove those? Okay. All right, so we have a motion by, a motion by Commissioner Wandell and a second by Commissioner Isbell. Commissioner Bochamp for discussion.
No, that's even wrong.
Yeah.
It was Commissioner Val and Commissioner Wandell, right,
Yeah.
first,
No,
second.
vice versa. It was
For the property,
Railston Trails.
Rails and Trails?
Is that what you were making a motion on?
No, I think he was,
Yeah.
I thought it was the property.
Yes,
but-
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I apologize, Chairman, I'm making this confusing.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
made a
that-
motion for the land.
Okay.
And we didn't, as Commissioner Foster said, we didn't need a motion on that, so that was that motion.
Okay.
And you can clear me off, and I'll listen.
Okay.
I didn't mean to make.
Thank you. I was really
not your
worried
fault.
there for a moment.
Well, then
All
I will
right.
make a motion to approve the resolution that was approved out of operations. There was not two that were presented, so the one that got past the full commission, I think is B, but that's what,
But A is what we're going to ask to be voted on.
that's not what came, okay. So that's a different than,
Well, it
that's
says with
different than the language
revision.
that was at.
Yeah, it says with revisions. So he did make revisions and it come out to, which is A. I think you got an email from the law director.
So,
Just a moment. Let's straighten out the motion.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm double check, but I don't,
So we got A and B. B was what came out of operations, but A is the one with the revisions. And I think you got a email, everybody should have got an email from the law director about Commissioner Val and myself, recommendations.
Yes.
Is there anything that was different in A?
There is.
You want to highlight what was different in A? I didn't notice a lot that was.
yeah, I didn't.
There's one paragraph, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's an added.
Would you like to read that
I can give you the
paragraph?
highlights of that, or you want me to read the whole resolution?
Just, what's the one paragraph that's different?
Okay,
And I'll be fine.
and if you go to number 6, whereas the county recognizes specifically that the New River community could benefit from the leverage the trail could bring, such as jobs and provide needed infrastructure in the New River community, including but not limited to improvements in water service, emergency response access, public safety support, and zip code unique to the New River community. On the bottom, it's that the county acknowledges the importance of ensuring that rural communities such as New River are considered in future planning efforts related to the trail, including coordination with appropriate agencies such as TWRA and partners support infrastructure needs that may enhance public safety, access, quality of life, and that the county expresses an intent to work cooperatively with local municipalities, TCWP, TPL, echoes of the Rail Foundation, and other community partners in planning, promoting the Sands Trail as shared regional asset. And the reason why this was put in is we can't do a contract. So this is as near as close as we can get to a contract. And it's kind of going to be like a handshake. And we hope that it don't turn out like it did in the 1800s when the railroad came into that community and with a handshake said that this land would revert back. So when Mr. McCracken comes up, I'd like the opportunity to ask him some questions about that. But what I would suggest that we'd be voting on is resolution number 26-01-1256-A.
All right. Commissioner Foster, good with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So we have a motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner McNabb, to approve this resolution A, correct? All right, discussion. Commissioner Bochamp.
Yes, I would like to say that I'm glad that the community came together and you met with Nancy. From the beginning, I'm from New River, moved away, still own property over there. From the second I heard it, I said, this is great for the community. I knew that it was going to be. So I'm in favor for it. I'm glad you all came along, and I hope that it really works out over there. I hope everybody's over there biking, and you all can profit from it, and it boosts that area to where people not only get to meet all of you all, but they get to know the history behind it as well, because there is a strong history with the New River community that every time I turn around, I'm learning something new about my grandparents or cousins and things like that. So there's a wonderful community over there that I love, and I hope everybody else gets to share that as well. So I encourage all my fellow commissioners to support this for the community and the people sitting out here in the audience. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Isbell.
Yes, I would ask if Mr. McCracken would come up and I could ask him a few questions, please.
Sure, Mr.
Make
McCracken.
his presentation.
Please come up to the, and just introduce yourself, please.
My name's John McCracken. I am acting as president of the Echoes of Tennessee Rail. And we're the group who is looking to own and eventually manage the railroad for public use.
All right.
Mr. McCracken, I was honored and humbled to receive 92% of the vote from that community. So it puts a lot of, gives me a lot of onus to make sure that everybody's heard from. And like I said before, this is not a contract. It's a handshake, and it's between you and your organization. And I understand Mr. Burge is going to be part of that. And I hope whatever he comes up with gets more leverage than just 1 out of 12.
Yes, it's actually 1 out of 4.
Well, 1 out of 4?
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. And we hope that this resolution just restores some of the basic necessities this community's been stripped of. And that's why, that's why it's so tough, because I know there's still people against it. Because they live along that trail. And the way I understand it in meetings and things with you.
Yes, sir.
And your board, is that you're going to do everything in your power you can to work all those things out.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Have you got anything else to say?
Well, I had prepared, but I don't need to. I did want to say, is to, Nancy and Loretta and others have said, you ma'am have said some good words. And I was just going to hit the specific. Anderson County wants representation on this into the future. And I hope you accept my and our assurance that we are indeed going to have that. Jimmy's been kind enough to serve. Maybe a little arm twisting, but he's here, and we certainly appreciate him. And he is one of 4 current officers on our board.
Okay.
And so as we move into the future, we'll mature a little bit, and we want to get representation and leadership from all up and down the corridor.
Okay.
And so I hope you accept my assurance that it is.
Absolutely. And Nancy will be leaving, is that correct? She won't be the spokesperson anymore, or?
What was the question?
You won't be the spokesperson, but I believe that you will. It will be difficult to keep Nancy from being.
Okay.
And we want to help, we want her to continue to be. Yes,
All right,
yes,
great.
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Let's see if we have some more questions. Commissioner Val.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll try not to be lengthy with this. Mr. McCracken, I don't know you. Got to know Nancy a little bit. But in case you all don't know it, let me tell you what Loretta and Jimmy and Edward and Mike already know about the New River community. For a long time, they have felt like they've been forgotten. For a long time, they have felt like they've been done wrong. They are not openly trusting of people, okay? When this project first started out, myself and Commissioner Isabel started receiving phone calls from our constituents over there wanting to know what we knew about this new idea. And I don't personally think anybody was trying to hide anything, but the word wasn't getting to the people in New River that was going to be directly affected by any changes like this. That didn't happen until we reached out to Nancy and said, have you considered going to New River and talking to some people over there about it? That was the meeting at Rosedale School that Loretta mentioned earlier, okay? I think starting then, Nancy did a wonderful job talking to the people over there, changing some minds and convincing them that this would be a positive for New River. I think she has done an excellent job in converting some folks. Like Tim said, there's still a few that ain't all bought in on it, okay? They expect us to be their defenders when they feel like they've been taken advantage of. That's why you have still a little bit of resistance from the people over there, all right? So when we vote on this resolution tonight, we're letting you know, we're taking you at your word as you stand there at that podium tonight, that you are going to do the people of New River right. You're going to continue to talk to them. You're going to continue to hear their concerns. You're going to continue to do whatever adjusting they may ask you, if at all possible.
If at all.
Okay? And I'll leave you with this. Here's something else you need to know about people from New River. If you make a friend from New River, you've made a friend for life. If you make an enemy from New River, you've made an enemy for life.
Facts.
They are wise as serpents. They're harmless as doves, but they're bold as lions.
Okay.
And I'll leave you with that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McNabb.
It's hard to follow that. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I don't have any questions. I just had a comment. I got a lot of phone calls and emails from the people of New River asking to support this. This is an easy vote, and I wanted to thank the people of New River for coming for the last year to all these meetings. You all have a long ride home, and you came out. We're always wanting to get citizens engaged. That's exactly what your community has done. You have a beautiful community. I'm really happy for you, and it's easy to support this. And I have no doubt with these two commissioners here that the proper oversight will be done. You're in good hands. So just wanted to tell you thank you and happy for you.
Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I just always like to vote for the commissioners that's impacted in the district that the item's coming up. So my interpretation from you fellows is you're in support of it? Okay. And I'll just echo what everybody else has said and just hope that you'll help them out and go above and beyond it. Because to me, it's more than just the trails. It's also helping the community grow in ways that we haven't ever been able to do. So you could do that in your capacity. So thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Allen.
I want to say that I really do appreciate what's being done down there. I met some people there, and just like the commissioner said, they were friendly, warm, treated me very, very well. And I'm just enthusiastic about the fact that you're taking this in your own hands, and you want to make something of it. And to me, that's important when people do that, when they just see something and they take a hold of it, and they fix it, and they work with it, and they make it happen. And I just want to say that I hope that this will continue on, and New River will be a new river from here on out.
Commissioner McCaney.
Sever, you're not the only one from New River. I'm from New River, and I had the pleasure of being their commissioner from 1982 to 1994 when they were taken out of my district and we did the redistricting. But up until about maybe a month, 6 weeks ago, I was totally against anything to do with that because the only people that had talked to me were the ones that were opposed to it. I've since then got a ton of emails and phone calls, and it's changed my mind, so I'm going to support it here tonight.
All right. No, the motion is to accept or to approve Resolution A. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Next is under the VSO director. There's several. Commissioner Wandell made a motion to accept Aaron Russell to replace the member that resigned, seconded by Commissioner Barron. Motion passed to forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Wandell to accept this application, second by Commissioner McCamey. Is there any discussion? I have a couple of questions. Who does this person replace?
Mark Brooks, he had some personal issues.
Okay, and do we have a resume for this person?
Yes, there was 3 resumes I think we turned into Ned's office.
All right, and we haven't seen any of the resumes.
I don't know if you have or not, to be honest.
Well, it wasn't given to us for the packet, so I'm struggling with voting for this when I don't know who this person is and haven't seen a resume.
Well, I can tell you and the rest of the commissioners that this individual has been attending the veterans meetings for 4 to 5 months. She had turned in her packet and was the only packet that was complete. The other ones didn't meet their criteria. So we felt it was best to go ahead and have her fill that expired chair, and that's what we did. And we certainly weren't doing anything underhanded, but I respect your opinion that you haven't seen it. And if you'd like to put it off, I'll certainly honor your wishes.
Commissioner Foster.
So I just need clarification from parliamentary board chair, like approval of committees, boards that, I mean, obviously the mayor has her appointments that she brings to the board, but the rest of them, we no longer have a nominating committee. So do they all come to full commission and we decide who? Is that the new process? Just want to confirm. Because I don't, we just need to make sure we're doing that. If that's the case for all committees, then the committees need to know, hey, we're going to post this, or how they kind of like, I'm going to use tourism. Stephanie brings a list of people, and hey, and I know we voted some down, voted some up, and then we brought them back, new people. So I just want to make sure our committees all know that process too, if that is the correct way to do that now. So whoever needs to speak on that.
And the way that I understand the Veterans Committee as commission appoints those positions. So we have to appoint any board members or anything like that, any commissioners that sit on there. I think the Veterans Committee can make a recommendation, but we probably should have had all the applications and resumes to review over, because somebody could have wanted somebody different. Even though they make that recommendation, somebody else on this committee could have wanted somebody else. So the best thing to probably do is send that back and then let us all review it, whatever the Veterans Committee has as the recommendation, or you throw in all 3 by acclamation, throw in all 3, and then we choose from there as the legislative body.
I do think that there is direction in the resolution and the bylaws as to how, and it is supposed to come before the full Board of Commissioners. Commissioner McCamey.
Was this advertised and all the resumes, and there's only one that qualified?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why I second the motion to go ahead and bring it to the committee tonight, because it was approved through the Veterans Advisory Board, and only one person, so
Okay.
that fit the bill, that did qualify, and it was advertised,
I was unable to be here at the operations meeting. I was trying to get back. I was on a flight that was delayed 3 times, and so I could not get here. But it was my understanding, I watched it, that the person resigned 1 hour before the meeting, but the ad was placed in April. I've got a copy of the ad. It was placed April 23rd, something like that. And so that's why there was some confusion. Actually, I'm trying to honor the silence of the gavel, but I have some real concerns about the next three motions, this motion and the next 2 motions. There are some real discrepancies in the placement of or advisory committee. This is an advisory committee, it's not a board, but committee members. And there's some discrepancies between the bylaws and the resolution. The bylaws, what's in the bylaws does not match what's in the resolution, and the resolution is...
You might want to hand the gavel over if you're going to be giving opinions.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So we need to have some discussions, I think, and there's just some serious concerns. I would like to see these three motions referred back to the Veterans Service Advisory Committee where the paperwork can be filled out. The law director is not here to answer the questions. Like I said, I did not have an opportunity to address either the Veterans Service Committee or Operations with these concerns, and no one asked me about. I sent an email, offered my help, and no one asked me what those issues were. So there are some issues here, and I would like to see this referred back where we can work it out in committee and not here in full commission. Commissioner Wandell. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Wandell.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chairman.
Okay.
You know, we just sat here and talked a few minutes ago about two committees that two law directors said we shouldn't do, and we debated about doing it. And it intrigues me that I sat on this committee ever since its inception, and it seems that our Veterans Committee gets kicked about the head over and over and over. And as a veteran myself, it's becoming very frustrating. We give us the right to sit around this table. There's no underhanded trickery or treachery going on. We're just simply trying to serve our brothers and sisters, and it's a voluntary program. It's not paid. And to sit here and listen to us debate a committee that was properly formed, and then to hear all the research and gotchas and you didn't follow this procedure, you didn't follow that procedure, or whatever. We followed every procedure. I've tried to properly fulfill every request the chairman made previously. This motion was forwarded. The budgets have been forwarded. We have been talking now more than 18 months to get our Veterans Director a raise. I've been told that, yes, we'll get it this budget to have it carried over to the next budget. And that department is the one department that seems to be left out. It's very attractive when there's a breakfast because all the veterans are there. But if my brothers and sisters can hear me speak with my voice into this microphone tonight, I hope they understand the support you see at the breakfast doesn't exist in this room. And I really don't care if it offends anybody because I'm tired of seeing the same actions over and over again. And I'll offer up this. I'll step down off the Veterans Committee if it would please anyone around this table. But I am sick and tired of trying to fight for our veterans who have fought for us, and I'm not going to listen to any more. And, you know, by the way, the chairman didn't call me. She didn't give me this information before the meeting. And you seem to have a file over there you want to review. Bring the file to the meeting. We meet once a month. You're more than welcome. The door's open to everybody. We never shut people out. So I'm not going to get in a debate tonight about all of this stuff. And as the vice chairman, the chairman has the right to pull everything off the agenda. Thought it was kind of ironic. She put it all on the agenda before the meeting started. It was on the consent agenda, but she obviously had a plan to put it on the regular agenda so we could talk about it. So here we are. I'm not going to talk anymore about it because I'm really getting to a point where this is crossing the line, and I just hope our brothers and sisters can step up. Maybe we'll get some new members that can be more pleasing than I and get it done right. That's all I have to say, and I'll follow the direction of this committee. Thank you.
Ms. Chairman, you wish to speak?
Yes, I am offended by those remarks. This is not a kick in the head to the veterans, and I do not simply attend the Veterans Breakfast. My father was Air Force. My brother is Marine. I was born on an Air Force base in Idaho. My sister born on an Air Force base in Louisiana. My grandfather was Army. My father-in-law is Navy. We are veteran family, and so I fully support our veterans. One thing I do know about veterans are they know how to follow rules, procedures, and process. And we have rules and processes in place that says how to change bylaws, how to change resolutions. And when we have an amendment or a change to the bylaws where the Article 2 is completely removed, that the Board of Commissioners of Anderson County, Tennessee shall serve at the pleasure of said commission members and shall be appointed for a period of 4 years, I take issue with that. This body should have the final say in who is on a commission and who, on a committee, and who serves. There is nothing against the veterans or the Veterans Committee. I do have an email exchange, because it was mentioned 4 times in the Operations Committee that Chairman Palmer sent this to the Operations Committee. I did not. I mentioned that at first. I sent an email to both the Chair of Ops and the Chair of the Veteran Service Committee and said that this item needs to be forwarded back to the Veteran Service Advisory Committee instead of the Operations Committee. The law director sent an email to the chairs and said, salary increase needs to go to the Budget Committee if it has not already gone to the Budget Committee. He also said that new members should not participate in decisions until changes to the bylaws and resolution are approved by commission. That was followed up by the chair of the Veteran Service Advisory Committee and said, it was requested to be sent to operations by Chairman Palmer. Then the law director responded and said, there was discussion about sending it to operations, but the proper place is for the Veterans Service Advisory Committee. I was not in town to address this. I would have come to the Operations Committee and I would have said these things, but I was not here. So I did not want to discuss this tonight. I asked for a referral back to Veterans Service Committee where we can get this worked out with the law director, talk about the discrepancies. I'm not sure that there's any, I'm not saying there's any foul play, but I do think that we need to get this right. And so I will make a motion that we have a motion, I'm sorry. I'd like to amend that motion to refer it back to
It's
the.
not an amendment, it's a referral alone.
Okay.
Standalone.
So you're making a motion to refer it back to Veterans Services?
I would like to, yes.
I'll second, just so we.
And that's all of them?
Yes, the one with the person to be appointed, to the bylaws being changed, and the quarterly meetings being changed to 10. Again, I have no issue with these motions. It needs to be done properly. It needs to follow the process, and that is why I think it should go to Veteran Service Committee, not Operations, and not this
But
board.
any time, if you don't get a response from me, Madam Chair, from email, that means I probably didn't see it. So let's get back to the old days when we used to call each other.
I would if I'd been in town, but I was unaware of this.
All right.
Thank you.
Chairman Bochamp?
I'd like to say, I don't think anything sneaky's going on. I don't even know what was said over there, but I do have some issues with the resolution that we approved that says that it's just an advisory committee. They're just supposed to give support, basically moral support. This body, the legislative body, has full authority after that. They can make recommendations, they can do whatever. You know, I brought up some issues at budget, October and November. I'm not even sure that that advisory committee has even addressed those issues. I asked Mr. Nations to get with the mayor and give us a budget. Has he talked with you about his budget?
No, I mean, he submitted one.
Yeah, but he was supposed to get with you. I told him that at budget, and he's yet to do that. So whether there's anything sneaky going on or trifling is not the issue. They're an advisory committee. They're supposed to advise. At the end of the day, this body has the authority. The resolution, if we're going to change it through the bylaws or whatever, we need to change the resolution. That's a good start right there. But I do think this needs to go back to veterans. Quit popping stuff on us. That's my thing. I don't like to be surprised. Bring stuff that fits what we're doing, the resolution. So I'm in support of sending it back to veterans, and they can go over there and do the work in committee.
Do you have a second for that? If
Yes.
not, I'll second it.
Somebody seconded it already.
Yeah.
Oh,
We-
Phil
Phil
did.
seconded.
Phil did.
What do we need to do? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Yes,
Commissioner Foster?
and I'm on operations, and I had questions at operations about how things were brought to us, because I didn't think that was the right place for it, so I'm in support of this. And it has nothing to do with not supporting veterans. That offends me also. I'm not a veteran, but my brother is, my grandfather was, and it's about process and rules we have. We either have rules and we follow them, or we don't have rules, and we just get rid of all committees, and we meet here on Monday nights for a 6-hour meeting. We start at noon, and we'll be here till midnight, whatever it takes.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, and I'm a big proponent of committees, but I'm getting to the point where if we're not gonna use them, then let's, so that, I'm in support of referring this back, because I do think, getting a bylaws handed to us right before we voted, and the resolution hadn't been changed, I do have concerns with that, so, thanks.
Commissioner McCamey?
These recommendations to the Operations Committee came from the Veterans Advisory Committee. So sending it back, you're going to get the same answer that you got, that we brought to the Operations Committee. The Advisory Committee brought it to the Operations Committee. It wasn't an individual, that was from the committee. So, you're going to get the same song, I guess, but, if you want to send it back to the
I'm hoping that the changes can be made in committee, because there needs to be some changes to what was submitted.
Yeah, they have to change the resolution. They have to ask for it to be changed.
And the law director can give us more.
Commissioner
So there's no problem with any of this, but that's why we take it to committees to discuss.
Right.
And you discuss it for or against, and whether it goes with recommendation or whether it goes to full commission without recommendation. And the reason why we do a lot of this stuff in operations anymore is for transparency. If anybody wants to speak or bring anything up, I'm all for the First Amendment. And they're allowed to come, and that's what you've got operations for. And I know sometimes we put our personal feelings into these things, but we're here to represent the general public. So sometimes we have to put what we think behind, and you go with the majority of the people you support. But, I don't have any problem with sending this back. We've had a contested speaking and things like that, but, that's what we do. Because we're here for the people. We don't just say whatever and go on. So this is all good spirited discussion, and we'll work through it. We'll come together like we always do, and we'll come out with what's best for Anderson County. Thank you.
Commissioner Yeager?
It's not in the resolution where the advisory business items go, and I do not believe they should go to operations. It's an advisory committee to county commission. So I don't believe anything from the Veterans Service Advisory Committee should go next to operations.
Mr. Palmer?
I don't have a button to push, so that's
Right,
why I
right. She
can't.
doesn't have a button,
Okay,
yeah.
so that's why I just pecked her on the arm. I agree with transparency. We have no application, we have no bylaws, we have no resolution, nothing in our agenda packet. And so what I do have, I had to look up. This is not all veterans, I didn't come loaded, but I did have a couple of issues. So anyway, we need to have transparency, I agree.
Commissioner Val.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. So, I thought I was on the right track when Commissioner McCamey was speaking, and then Commissioner Yeager spoke and got me off track again. Teach me something here. I was always under the impression that the two main committees that we have is budget and operations. My good friend taught me a long time ago that if I keep up with what's going on in budget and operations, I'll know exactly what's going on when it comes to full commission. That they are the funneling source. That all the rest of the committees, and this ain't the right term, are almost like subcommittees, all right? Now, I understand not all of them have to go through budget or operations to get to here. That's a very valid point. However, I've always been taught that there's a difference between an advisory committee, Lord knows we've heard about that a lot over the last few months, and more of a regulatory committee that actually had some teeth and had some authority. I guess that's how I was looking at it, that if it did come from the Veterans Committee and it did come through operations, that's two hoops that it jumped through. How many more hoops does it need to jump through before it comes to us for a vote? Am I wrong on that? Is this a different situation than what I was understanding? If so, that's fine. Teach me.
All right, let me answer.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry, can I? All right. If that's the path for veterans is to operations, that's fine, but it's never happened before. So all the other times, there have been business items from Veterans Advisory. They go onto their consent agenda, which it really shouldn't because they're business items, but they go straight to full commission. There's not a pathway to
So it's not like
operations.
nonprofit where it would go to budget first before it came to full commission.
Right. I mean, that's my opinion anyway, yeah.
It's like a library and fire commission.
Yeah.
They're autonomous to an extent.
Commissioner Foster.
Yeah, and I'll back up Commissioner Yeager on that. It's when there's, like, nonprofit goes to budget because there's money to be attached to it. If there's something that comes out of a committee, it would come to full commission. We can refer it back to operations, say, hey, there's some more things we want to work through, send it to operations. But there's no committees that go to another committee unless rules lay that out. In nonprofit, because there's money attached, it goes there. Otherwise, we don't send, unless this full body says, hey, there's more work still to be done, we're going to refer it to, we want to go send it to operations, or we want to send it to, or to JM over here. But there are committees that would come to full commission, and there's obviously things that go through operations, and anybody can put anything on the operations agenda. It's just, if we're going to put things on the agenda, we also need to have the materials that go with that. And we got those at the meeting, which we had no time to look over. So there's some issues there, but I am in favor of, I know we're kind of getting off what the motion is, so I am in support of this referral.
Question on the motion, Mr. Chairman.
So we have a referral.
Need a second on that.
Second.
Okay. So we have a referral to send it back,
Now we got to vote on the question.
oh, vote on the question, okay.
Is that 2/3, Mr.
Okay.
Kamey? Yeah.
Okay.
Question is?
Okay. Dr. Smallridge, did you?
Yes, are we requesting this to go back to the committee, or to operations? Where are we?
Back to,
Yeah, we're on the question, we got to vote on
okay.
it.
Okay.
Then we'll,
okay,
if your answer does it, if it goes down, then you can ask that question.
yes.
The question doesn't have to be a board vote.
Right,
Let's do a board.
okay, okay. Okay, so we're calling the question of the
We're calling
original
the question, Josh. Calling the question, so that means we got to vote to stop discussion.
supposition, yeah. Okay, so, okay. So on the vote to call the question. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. No. Okay, I think the ayes have it. Yep.
All right, so
Now, we need to
vote on the amendment.
vote on the referral. Referral.
Okay, and that
And you
goes
can-
to,
Yes.
you were the
can re-
main motion on the referral? Oh, that, Denise was,
And
and
you
I
were
was the
second.
second. All
Yeah.
right, so
Right.
Palmer and Yeager, there you
Yep.
go.
So a vote to refer it back to Veteran Services. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. No. I think the ayes have it. Are we done with that? Yes. Okay, I'm going to turn the gavel back over.
Are you
Oh.
sure? He has one more to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry,
The
sorry.
very last
Okay,
one,
sorry.
which is just a recommendation.
Okay.
Well, you talking about the last one, the motion to consider the pay raise?
To support it, yeah, it's a.
Yeah. Commissioner Wandell made a motion to consider the pay raise for the Director of Veteran Services, sign of support with no funds attached. Seconded by Commissioner Barron, motion passed 4 to full commission for approval.
Do I have a motion?
Why is that included in the others, with the other three?
Well, I will make a comment. It is before budget now. It always has been before budget. So this was just a recommendation to support, from the committee to support the request.
I make a motion that we support that
Okay.
request.
Commissioner Isbell, can you second that? All those in favor?
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna-
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, that's
Commissioner
all right,
Yeager.
my fault. Not that I'm taking a position on this, but operations has nothing to do with budgetary questions, and this is why I voted no on the original motion. I'll be voting no again. We are not part of the budget process.
Commissioner Isbell?
Yeah, and that's correct. We did have that lengthy conversation, and then it was battered back and forth, that it's just to show, there's no money attached. That's why that was put in there, was just to show support.
And that's why I make the motion, no money attached.
But it was bantered back and forth, and I did say that, that was a budget committee item. And, operations don't oversee budget, and budget don't oversee operations. And I said, I respect and the budget committee does an excellent job. So,
Commissioner Foster?
Yeah, I would also know the committee for the same reason, Commissioner Yeager, and I think if we support this, we are setting a precedent for everybody, every committee, every department to run through operations saying, support my raises. The sheriff will be there next week or next month, we're doing the same thing, and I just have a problem with that because budget needs to go through budget, and I get it, and it's not anything against veterans, I just think it's setting bad precedent of policy and procedures for all departments and all committees from here on out if we vote yes for this.
Commissioner Smallridge?
I guess I better wait and see how this vote goes, and then I could raise my question. Okay?
Okay, so we do have a motion on the floor to support the raise for the Veteran Service Officer, seconded by Commissioner Isbell. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no.
No.
Ayes have it, right?
I believe the noes have it. I believe the noes have it.
Good try.
Good try.
Commissioner Isbell?
Madam Chair, that completes the Operations Committee report.
Thank you very much. I will hand the gavel back now.
Thank you. Commissioner Yeager?
I believe Commissioner Wandell's been gone long enough to count him as absent now, if you agree.
Yes. He's got it. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda was the Fire Commission report, and I was hoping that he could give it, that the chair of the Fire Commission, which happened to be Commissioner Wandell, promise I'm not picking on him, but the April 7th commission minutes has a bylaw change as well, and I was just wanting to get some clarification on what that was, and So I'm not real sure what to do.
Back up at Fire
Let's,
Commission.
okay.
Make a motion I'll refer that motion to the fire committee. You like that?
I need a second.
We got it.
Oh, okay. We have a motion, I'm sorry, back to chair. Motion by Commissioner Foster, second by Commissioner McCamey. Discussion, Commissioner Isbell.
I think the vice chair is here, if he can make any comment on it.
Okay.
I don't know if I was at that meeting or not.
Okay.
It looks like it was the April 7th.
Not to put you on the spot or
Yeah,
anything.
and actually, we can't
I'm
have a
sorry.
discussion related to that because there is a motion on the floor for
Okay.
referral. So all we can
Thank
talk
you.
about
Yeah.
is the referral.
Okay.
Sorry, we beat you to it there,
Okay.
Commissioner Isbell.
I
All
just
right.
waited to get a motion in a second before I asked for discussion.
All right, so motion to refer this back to the Fire Commission. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, next is new business. I see none. Announcements. Does anyone have an announcement? Mayor? Right. Okay, Commissioner Foster.
So I have a question and announcement, because I was going to ask a question. My question is, the minutes that come to our meetings that are previous month, are the same month's meetings, does that need to go, refer that to the rules of how that needs, because I don't think those minutes should be coming to us until they are approved by the full committee before they sent. They should be a month behind.
Yes.
If there's action items, then that needs to be put on the agenda
Yes.
from that committee. Is that a rule change, or is that, do I want to refer that
So-
to rules?
It has, that
Okay.
has happened in the past, but we are now, Annette is now looking at those, and she is waiting for those to be approved in committee before she puts them in our agenda packet.
Okay.
Anyone has the opportunity during the committee reports to give a committee report, or a department head can come and give a report. So when they're on consent agenda, it is my understanding that there is no action to be taken, and and it's not a controversial topic. And so a lot of things are sliding through on the consent agenda. I do believe, if I understand the rules correctly, I can, as the chair, can get rid of the consent agenda. But however, I want to do what this body would like to have done, and I would like an opinion from the law director. And so I can ask for that and get some clarification on the consent agenda and what minutes need to be submitted and all of that. If you would like for me to do that, I'd be glad to do that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And my announcement is Clinton City School's sixth grade graduation is this Thursday at 9 a.m. And I have a son that will be graduating, so I just wanted to put that. I know we don't fund them or anything, but they are in my district, and so my son will be graduating sixth grade.
Yeah, that's sweet. Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. This was for new business, but the road superintendent mentioned his inventory report. Did we need to add that as an?
Is he out there?
He was. I don't know if he's left or not, but
There
he's here. Okay. I didn't know if we need to add that to the agenda and then vote on that to put it on the minutes.
Do we have something to look at?
I'd just like to present the inventory.
Okay,
That's why I mean,
Motion and seconded to put it on.
okay.
Right. I was going to make the motion just to add it to the agenda, or, well, yeah. they got it.
Okay.
They got it.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Vandergrift, second by Commissioner McNabb. Discussion. Do we have something to look at?
Oh, we just need to add it to the
This is
agenda.
just to add
so
it.
Okay.
that He has something to present. So I
All
think
right.
so.
All of those in favor of adding it to the agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, it's added under new business.
Thank you. I'd just like to present my inventory to, if I don't file that in Jeff's
Okay.
office, I'd like to give it to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Back to announcements.
We had to make a motion to
Okay.
accept that, he just give it to us.
All right, this is the first I've heard of it. All right, can I have a motion to accept this highway list? We don't have to do it.
That's what I was asking.
It's just going in
Thank
the
you.
minutes.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
going in the
thank you.
minutes.
I'm a little
Yeah.
discombobulated right now, sorry about that. Threw me a curveball, Gary. You threw me a curveball. Thank you.
I don't think he
Food's on the
needs,
way.
I don't think he needs that on.
I think we'll, just to make it official, to accept it, I think we vote.
Okay.
To accept.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Yeager to accept this road list,
Yes?
and a second by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion on the motion? All, Commissioner
Sorry,
Vanderbilt.
real quick. So is there anything different than last year?
It's an inventory, it's not the road list, it's an inventory.
It's an inventory. Okay.
Okay, all right. In the future, can you give this to us a little earlier, please? Thank you. All right, Commissioner Isbell.
We're getting ready to vote on something we've already argued about, that we couldn't do it because we didn't have it in front of us. And I respect it. I guarantee whatever's in there is right, but I'll vote no because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And there's no disrespect there.
None taken.
Can we refer it to next month?
Present it. What you want
You can make that,
Can we
can she do a
refer
deferral now?
to next month?
I mean, you can.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just going in the minutes, so it don't matter, either.
Okay.
Either
We
one,
don't-
whatever
we
makes
don't
y'all
need
feel
a-
comfortable.
We don't need a motion?
Yeah, we're not taking action.
Okay.
That's why I don't know if we
Yeah.
need the motion to accept it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I
just
don't
going
think we
into the
do,
minutes.
but,
And this is just normal procedure.
yeah.
Every year.
Yes.
Every year.
Every year, yeah.
every year.
Last month we just crossed up on
Okay.
some other items and did.
All right, so we have a motion on the table to accept this inventory. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now. No, announcements. Does anyone else have any announcements? Did I miss anybody? All right, motion to adjourn. Thank you.
Air conditioning,
Yes.
stay working.
No, it only got hot.
I want to thank each and every one of y'all for voting yes for the roadless road.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Appreciate it from all
Thank
my
you
heart.
for coming such a long way and being 92% of the audience.
Okay.